Good evening. Tonight we're going to start with Module 3, Lesson 5. Multiply multiples of 10, 100, and 1,000 by single digits recognizing patterns. So let's get started. All right, with this question it says 5 times 20. 5 times blank tens is blank. So let's use the place value chart to help us. How many tens do we have? Well, we have 2 tens. So we're going to put 2 place value discs in the tens because that represents 20. But if you notice over here, it's timesing by 5. So that means there's going to be 5 copies. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we basically have 10 of these discs that we can cash in for 100. So we have 5 times 2 tens is 10 tens, and really what 10 tens is 100. So 20 times 5 is 100. All right, so now the next question we have is 5 times 200. So basically it's 5 times, we're going to write 2 hundreds. Now, how does that look like in our place value chart? Well, we have 2 hundredths in our place value chart. But if you notice, it is 5. So we need 5 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, when we get 10 hundredths, we can cash this in for 1,000. So 5 times 2 hundredths is 10 hundredths, which really 10 hundredths is equal to 1,000. So 200 times 5, well, we have the 200 times 5. We take this 2 and we take this 5, and we know that is equal to a 10, but we have the hundredths, and so we're multiplying that by 100, and that becomes now 1,000. So that represents that 100. So 200 times 5 is 1,000. Okay, with this next one is 40 times 7. So how we can break this down, we can say 4 times 7 times 10, because this represents the 10. So 4 tens was really 40. So 4 times 7 is 28, and you're multiplying that by that 10, and you're going to get 280. Okay, with this next one, let's break it down. 8 times 6. Over here, this is multiplying it by 1,000. Well, 8 times 6, we know, is 48. Got to know those, our multiplication facts. And we know that 1,000 has 3 zeros, so we put 3 zeros. We're multiplying it by 1,000. So the answer is 48,000. The next one is 5 times 200. Well, if we decompose this and break it down, we're going to do 5 times 2, and this is 100. So 5 times 2 is 10, and we're multiplying that by 100. We have 2 zeros, 1, 2. So 5 times 200 is 1,000. At the school cafeteria, each student who orders lunch gets 6 chicken nuggets. This cafeteria staff prepares enough for 300 kids. How many chicken nuggets does the cafeteria staff prepare all together? Well, we know that they each get 6 chicken nuggets, and they have to prepare enough for 300 kids. Well, how's this going to look like? And we're preparing it all together. How much all together? Well, we're going to be multiplying. So this looks like 6 times 300. Basically is saying 6 times 300 is equal to 1,800. And that looks like 1,800. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is actually writing 6 times 300. We have 6 times 3 is 18. And we're multiplying this by 100. And 18 times the 1 is 18. But we're moving, in our place value chart, we're moving twice to the left because we're multiplying by 100 times 10 times 10. So we're going to put on those 2 zeros. So 1,800 chicken nuggets need to be prepared all together. Okay, our last problem for this evening is the flower shop has 40 times as many flowers in one cooler as Julia has in her bouquet. The cooler has 120 flowers. How many flowers are in Julia's bouquet? So we've got, there's our multiplier right there, 40 times. And we know that we get a product of 120. So we have something that's missing that we have to find out how much is in Julia's bouquet. So let's set up our problem. 40 times what is going to equal 120? Well, let's break this down to see if we can find out that missing factor. So on this side, 10 times 4 times what is equal to 120? So we have 10 times, but we need to figure out what's going on here. 4 times what is going to give you this 12? Because this 10 is representing this 0. So there's going to be 4 times what is going to give us that 12. Well, if we remember our facts, 4 times 3 equals 12. So 10 times 12 is equal to 120. All right, guys, let's see if you can do the next couple of problems. Good luck. Jalen has 30 times as many stickers as her brother. Her brother has 8 stickers. How many stickers does Jalen have? Let's think about breaking down that problem to find that missing factor. Next problem. 5 times 70 equals 7 times 700 equals what? 4 times 2,000. Let's see if we can complete that statement up there. 2,000 times 4. Excellent job tonight, multiplying by 10, 100, and 1,000. Looking for those patterns. Have a wonderful night.